Welcome to Lean and Clean with Fitness Chef Christine. I am here with my good friend Jennifer, and she just competed. How many times has it been now? Is this your third?
The fourth show.
The fourth bodybuilding competition. She is amazing. Her transformation is amazing. And I invited her on to tell us her story, both how she started and where she's at and where she's going. So take it away.
Okay, so about 10 years ago, I started on a health and wellness journey for myself because I was extremely overweight. I was 189 pounds at one time. And I yo-yo dieted most of my adult life and most of my from eighth grade until 5 years ago, basically, when I started this journey with bodybuilding. So it started out for me to take care of my health and wellness, and I started coaching women, started helping other people learn about how to get fit and healthy and how to nourish their body in the correct form and fashion and that kind of thing. But I was still on the struggle bus with the yo-yo dieting most of my adult life. Come to 2019, my friend, and I posted a picture today on my social media of me in 2019 trying to do a pull-up on the pull-up bar in the house. And 2019, my friend dared me for my 50th to do this transformational show with her through another company that I used to work for and as a side business. And it didn't happen that year because my 50th birthday was during COVID. And yeah, so I basically all the gyms in the area were closed. So I made a home gym here at the house, very limited amount of equipment and that kind of thing to be able to start. But I started doing that at home. And I also had another friend that I met who I've competed in 2023. We did a show together, and we're going to do one in 2026 together on a 3-day training on how to become a bodybuilder and the nutrition and all the stage glam and all that stuff that goes into it. So I met Jackie through there, and my friend Melissa was the one who dared me to do this challenge. So I did it with her, and I was very disappointed the first year it got canceled. And I understand because it was a health and wellness business that they didn't want people, 40,000 people in this arena with everybody else and exposed to all kinds of issues. So 2021, shows were slowly starting to open up here in the area, but that company decided not to do their transformational show again the next year. So 2021, I did a show here locally in Connecticut, and I basically coached myself. And I had one lady who I hired, Carmen, who was an OCB pro, who basically helped me with my posing and gave me some tips and tricks, like to do exercises at home and certain things that would help certain areas that I struggle in, which is my lower half. That's just the way I'm built, unfortunately. And then in 2021, I placed third in women's master's figure, and I did not do multiple classes that year because it was an expensive adventure.
Right.
And I wanted to see if I really liked it before I spent and invested all this time and money into it.
That makes
So
sense.
one show and I was hooked. So in 2020, I
What
knew,
hooked, like what was it, the excitement of it? Was it the goal of it? What made you want to do it again?
I think because the goal I set for myself was to be in the best shape I could be at that stage in my life. I was starting to slowly hit the perimenopause stage, which I didn't even realize, and was going through a lot of changes in my body. And I think what got me hooked was the stage glam, the meeting other competitors, feeling like I was part of a community that always supported each other. There's not one person I've met in the bodybuilding world that has been negative in any sort of way, that has been down on how I looked in my appearance or how lean I wasn't or whatever. They all embraced each other. We all support each other. And it's just a community that people love to be around. So I got hooked doing the one show. And then I said, with everything going on, I wasn't sure. So 2022, I did the transformational show that I was supposed to do in 2020. And then I didn't place in that one, which I didn't expect because there was no category breakdowns. It was just basically walk the stage and see who placed. And then in 2023, I did the one with my friend Jackie. We did that one in Pennsylvania. I'm sorry, in Pennsylvania. And I was trying to think off the top of my head, in Pennsylvania. And we rented a room together. We did the whole experience together. I placed second in women's master's figure and third in novice.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah. And then I did the one this year, and this year I placed the same as the former show. So I decided to up level and look into coaching by another coach. But currently I'm uncoached and I am staying in build season and maintenance mode in order to figure out where exactly I want to go next.
Okay. All right. Now, how was this show different from the previous shows?
I
Better.
had nobody there with me. So it was all me. It
Mm.
was me in the hotel by myself. It was me going through the whole experience myself, me
Wow.
not sharing it with anybody, me feeling like I met an incredible woman and her coach there, and we became friends on social media. And they're fantastic. Me and her message each other all the time through Instagram. And she wanted to know if I was going to do the show in October. And I said, no, I'm going to pause on that. 2026 is when I'm going to do the next show, possibly, because I feel like I need more time to grow. I need more time to build some more muscle because it's not easy putting on muscle at our age.
And also it takes a toll on your body.
Yes, it does.
You need to recoup and rest, and yeah.
And also to up your food, because I was only eating 1,500 calories and I'm like eating over 2,000 calories now a day. And
Yeah,
I'm
you
still
need.
staying about the same weight that I was stage wise, maybe
Mhm.
like 3 pounds up. And then some days it goes back down. So, the weight fluctuates, but it
Right.
was about also to my body composition. This show had changed more. I was losing more body fat this show versus the last 3 shows that I did. And I think
Okay.
it's because of the training, the nutrition, and of course the peptides that I'm using through Fit.
Talk a little bit about the peptides you're using.
Okay, so during build season, I only used it Fit. Fit is for inflammation. It also helps with protein synthesis, so it's 4 times more than creatine. It also helps with recovery of your muscles and soreness. So I did a heavy leg day today. I felt it when I left the gym, but I know I'm not going to be extremely sore tomorrow.
And
So
I use the same thing. So I also use Fit for our audience. I also use Fit. I use it for a different purpose. I also work out my legs every day because I teach water fitness every day. But for me, it's been a great assistance for my leg neuropathy. So when I ran out of it and my new shipment hadn't come, I really noticed a difference. Like I really did. So it's something that's very useful for recovery and for actually just maintenance. When you get over 50, sometimes your legs just don't want to cooperate.
and also too, it helped me with I had stenosis in my back. So anytime I did a heavy leg day, I would suffer really bad. Like my hip would be out of alignment. I would have to do a lot of foam rolling, a lot of recovery stuff,
Yep.
and it wasn't responding as quick. And I was in agonizing pain a lot of times when I did a heavy leg day.
I hate to hear that for you, but I'm glad that you found the help. So you did the Fit, and what else did you do?
I also have used lean, and I used that through my lean out stage for competition.
Mm.
And I took two of the pills every morning with my Fit before I went to the gym. And it just helped curb my appetite for the not wanting to snack and eat all the stuff that sometimes we get carried away with. I found these sweet potato crackers that just, if I buy them, they're gone.
Did you get them at Costco?
BJ's, yeah.
Yeah, I've had them before. They are a little bit on the addicting side. Uh,
Yes, yes.
so tell me
And
what else is different.
Fit actually helps with your muscle, like leaning out, getting leaner and seeing your body fat drop versus weight loss necessarily. And that was my goal, was this year, was to have better body fat composition, not feel like I was still holding on to more body fat, and I was leaning out quicker than I ever had. So I had done what do they call it, an in-body scan right as I started to lean out. And then I did one the last two, like a week before the show, and I was at 17.7% body fat, but I started out in my 20s.
Amazing. That's
So,
amazing. And hard to do.
yeah. And it was just unreal because taking the peptide, I wasn't hungry. I didn't feel like I was having that food noise all the time.
Right.
And that
Mhm.
stuff that we deal with as far as people, you go to events and there's always food. And being Italian, we love food. It's just part of our nature and being Polish. I had to be very conscious when I was around family, when I was at events and stuff like that.
It's a
And
commitment.
the fit, I mean, sorry, the lean really truly helped with that. As
Right.
far as I also cut out all alcohol for 6 months. I didn't drink at all, and I really
I've been
don't drink that
alcohol
much
free for
now.
10 years.
Yeah, and I don't drink that much anymore either. I have a glass of wine here or there, but it to me, it's wasted calories and it's poison for our body. It's not healthy
Mhm.
for us, even though
Yeah.
people like it.
It's funny though, when I gave up drinking, everyone's like, you could just have a little, you could just have a little. And they're like, are you an alcoholic? And I'm not. But it was not serving me anymore. It was causing really bad inflammation. And I thought this just isn't worth it. So I gave it up.
Yeah,
And you would have thought that I was a criminal. They're
yeah,
like, there's no reason to give it up. You could have a little bit. And so all those negative Nellies come at you. I'm like, okay, I don't want it. So it's just
right.
funny.
Yeah, and for me, it's hard because I like the taste of wine,
I do too.
but being Italian, that's what we grew up with on the table all the
Right.
time. There
Right.
was always wine on the table when I grew up. But for me, it doesn't serve my goals and it
Mhm.
doesn't help me get to where I need to be. So for me, I've weaned away from it. I still have it once in a great while, but it's very rare occasions, like very special occasions that I'll have it.
So now if I have it, I get immediate migraines.
Really? Wow.
That keeps me away very quickly. Like I
Could
don't
be the
even,
sulfur too.
yeah, but even in Italy, like even having sulfur free and I still, my body just does not like it anymore.
Yeah. And it's amazing. Like every show that I've done, some food has bothered me over the years, like every single show except for this one. This is the only one where I've never had any food sensitivities to.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. And you made second place, which is amazing. So
Yes,
tell me
yes.
about that. Tell me about you're in the show. Walk us through. You're in the show and
So
tell
it
us.
was a very small show, but basically what happens is so pre-judging is early, so it's done at 11 o'clock or whatever, and everybody goes up on stage with multiple competitors and you do your posing practice. And people don't understand it. People think that they just go on stage and pose however they want. That's not how it works. There's specific poses for specific categories.
Okay.
And you go up on stage, you do sometimes they have you do the individual first, it depends, which means you go up on stage alone, you do your posing and then you walk off, and then sometimes you do it together and then you do your individual. So it all depends on each show is run differently. So you just
That seems
follow whoever the
perfect.
promoter is, whoever the stage hands are. They really are fantastic about guiding you to what you need to do and that kind of stuff. So I did two categories. So I did masters and I did novice. And masters is where you're in a category of people your own age or sometimes younger than you or older than you, depending on which category. So I picked 50 plus because I had a conversation with my coach at that time and said to her, should I do the 55 plus? And she's, chances are you may not be able you may be the only one because it's very rare for somebody in our age range to be a competitor, a
I,
bodybuilder.
okay.
So, especially in the women's side. So that show, I actually did 50 plus, and there was one woman with me, and then the 55 had one person in it. So I would have
That's
been
good.
two.
Yeah.
And she had been, and this was a fantastic thing about talking to her. She was my age, but she had been a competitor 35 years ago
Oh
and
my
decided to
gosh.
all of a sudden do it again.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And she still maintained her muscle mass, which was fantastic.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
Yeah. So it made me more motivated when I heard her story and stuff to know that us women can do things that no matter what we set for ourselves, we can do whatever we want to do. We just have to set a goal. We have to stick with that goal and we can't waver on that goal. We have to
Yeah.
just do the do and continue to do it day in and day out until you see the result. It may take you 10 years or
Right.
whatever, but you just do the do and you continue to go on that way. And I think for me, this year has been a very transformational year because I started a new church. I'm very involved in my church. Spiritually, I feel like I'm in a really good spot and I'm going to be an empty nester soon. So,
Lots of life changes, girl.
yes.
It's funny, you were talking about you just do the do, you just do it. You set that goal and you go for it. But sometimes our own inner glass ceiling stops us from those goals. We talk ourselves out of it, right? We
Yeah,
say, oh, it sounds like a lot of work, or I could never do that until you do it. And so, what I say to people is just start. Just
yeah,
start. If it doesn't work out, at least you've made progress.
exactly.
I know that you coach ladies. Can you tell a little bit about your coaching and how people can get in touch with you?
So I coach through my old coaches team still. So I
Uh-huh.
coach women and they can message me on Facebook or on Instagram. And Instagram is the Jennifer Stasky and Facebook is Jennifer Stasky. My pages are both public, so you'll be able to find me. You can
I'll put the
message
links
me.
in.
You can message me and then I will go ahead and send over the information to Regina, who's the coach who actually set up the app. I use her app still. I coach women through there. And we set up the nutrition plan, we set up your macros, we set up your workouts, all that stuff. So towards your goals, whatever it is, if it's lifestyle or if your lifestyle and you want to eventually compete, or we work through that stage. So I do all the lifestyle coaching. And then when they're ready to compete, you go to Coach Regina and she would handle it from there because she is a pro bodybuilder. Does bikini and
Mhm.
she is a judge as well.
Gotcha. Tell me what the difference is between bikini and bodybuilding competitions. People get confused.
So bikini is more the softer look. Bikinis over the years has progressed into more muscularity. So they actually this year just opened up a new category. It's called fit model. So
Mhm.
that's back from the days back in 2012 or so when bodybuilding became popular and bikini competitors that looked like that is what fit model is now.
Okay. All right. That's
So
interesting.
so figure is in between wellness and women's physique. So they're in between muscularity differences.
I
And
got
with figure, they want you to have denser muscle, more muscle on the top than on the bottom. And they want it to be like a V shape. So your shoulders are wider and your legs are thinner and that kind of stuff.
interesting. All right.
So it's a different category. Every category is different, but this is something I fell in love with. I like the way women look with muscularity on their top. I think it's attractive. I think
Yes.
it shows that you actually work out in the gym. And some people don't like it, but that's not for me. It was my preference. I wanted to do figure. I knew right away. My coach kept trying to talk me into wellness, which is lower half dominant. But in order to be competitive in the wellness field, I would have to grow my legs substantially and it would not look good on my frame because I'm 5'3.5". I'm not very tall.
No, that makes complete sense to me. I personally like a more balanced approach to muscle. I don't like a bottom dominant. So I'm with you. I aesthetically, I like more up top than on bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. And to me, and I hate doing legs. It's not my favorite body
Yeah,
part to
I
do.
get that too.
I hate it. I've tried to like it, but it just can't. I did it today, and I did what was it? A angled leg press, and I did 270 pounds on it.
Amazing. Amazing.
So also too, I started doing like I added all the programming she originally gave me before I decided to move on. And then I tweaked it here and there based on what I need to work on because I
Right.
know my body very well. And the whole thing about coaching clients and stuff is the clients know more and more about their body than we do. So clients need to speak up. If there's something going on with you and you have a coach, you need to have that conversation with your coach and say, hey, I feel this way. Can you let me know if I'm on the right track or not? Or is there something that I could tweak that would help me lean out in a certain area or lose some more weight or lose more body fat? For me, my goal aesthetic is to not about the weight so much because even when I before I started competing, I was in 140 pounds. So it's not about the weight, it's about the way my body looks and the way I feel now more than anything else in the world. And it's not all about the aesthetics, it's about the internal, how I feel. Like,
Right.
I feel like I'm building enough muscle. I want to be able to do things with my grandkids. I want to be able to be around. I want to
That's
be
my
able
bar.
to go up and down the stairs without having knee pain and struggle with losing muscle mass. And I see my mother deteriorating, and it's sad because she's
Yep.
78 years old and she never went to the gym and never lifted, never any of that stuff. It's unfortunately our body, as we age, the muscle mass goes down at 40.
But I can say without a doubt, like my mother did work out. She worked out a ton every single day, but she had ALS and her muscles started
Yeah,
wasting. But if she hadn't worked out, she would have been in a wheelchair immediately.
yeah,
And
yeah,
instead, she was able to walk around to the day she passed away.
yeah. Yeah,
So,
my mom's walking around and doing good as far as that goes, but she gets a lot of neck pain, a lot of back pain.
mm,
My mom is very thin. She's taller, way taller than me,
mm.
but we're shrinking as we get older. And we have to remember our discs
I
are
don't want to
compressed.
shrink. I
I
don't want,
know, me neither.
I'm
I don't want to
only,
shrink anymore.
I'm only 5 feet tall. I don't have room to shrink. I'll
But
be
we got to
two.
remember as we get older, our discs compress, our muscle mass loses, and then everything starts to sag. So we need to build the muscle
Yes.
so we can stay strong
Yes.
every day to be able to do the basic things for ourselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I 100% agree with you. And that's part of why I started this podcast was to inspire women to understand that we need to build that muscle. Muscle burns fat. It's really advantageous to keep up. And even when we don't feel like it, we have to keep going because the alternative is that we're stuck in a bed when we get older, or we're using a wheelchair, or we got a walker. And that's no way to live. We want to be as active and
No,
strong
it's
as possible.
yeah, and I when I retire, I want to be able to do the things like a hike and kayak and all the stuff that I enjoy because that's the perfect time to be able to do those things. But also too, if you don't take care of your health now, you're not going to be able to do those things anymore.
We got to take the bull by the horns.
Yeah, and you have to be willing to put in the time and the effort in the kitchen and weigh your food and measure and know exactly what you're putting in your body.
I don't know if you've ever followed my journey, but I used to be a macros coach for 6 years.
Yeah,
And then I had such a problem with inflammation. They ended up going carnivore, and that has been a lifesaver for me.
yeah,
So it really not only removed the noise, but it also really affected my inflammation. So
right.
I bet about a year now, I'm down almost 40 pounds without
That's great.
trying. I wasn't even trying to lose the weight. I was just trying to get rid of all the inflammation that was stuck in my body. I was in so much pain. I was just desperate. I said to my husband, I'll give up eating altogether if it'll just stop the pain. You
Was
know?
it from was it from the carbs, do you think?
Yeah, I was a huge vegetable eater. I would
Okay.
have a good half a plate of vegetables, but I didn't realize how badly that was affecting my body. So I was never a really big, I shouldn't say never. Prior to being a macros coach, I ate a lot of sugar because I was a baker. I was a professional baker for a really long time. And then when I did macros, obviously it's more balanced. So I wasn't having quite as many carbs, or at least not processed carbs. I didn't have any processed carbs, but I did have my fruit and my vegetables. And over time, I think it was just the sheer volume of vegetables I was having. It just really affected my body. And don't be afraid to tweak your macros or to tweak your nutrition plan to fit your current lifestyle. In my 50s, my early 50s, the macros based stuff worked amazingly well. But as I went post menopause, my body went through this tremendous change. And
Mhm.
it just really, things I've eaten my whole life, I can't eat anymore. Like garlic. Garlic makes me incredibly sick. Just horrible.
Yeah.
Go, it's crazy how things have changed over the years.
I think too, our body goes through cycles with food.
Yeah.
And like I said, one competition I could eat whatever I wanted and didn't have trouble. Second competition, I couldn't eat onions regardless if they were cooked or raw. It was like the weirdest
That's how
thing.
I'm with garlic.
But then all of a sudden, this competition, I could eat whatever I wanted and it didn't bother me. So my body just goes, I think our body goes through changes and cycles.
I think so too. And the older I get, the more sensitive my stomach is. I'm like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too. Like I can notice if I eat something that didn't agree with me, either I bloat
Yeah.
or I just feel sick to my stomach. Like the day of the show, I left the show And then I drove back from Jersey, but I stopped and I wanted a burger so freaking bad.
I'm sure.
Huge burger, like the size of my face almost. And then I ate a whole basket of sweet potato fries. I was so sick the next morning because my
Yeah.
body's not used to that.
Shock to the
So,
body.
yeah, so I know tolerance. I have to do a little. I can't eat a whole lot at once. It bothers
Yeah.
my stomach.
Yeah.
And I'm eating over 2,000 calories now, so I have to balance that out throughout the day versus eating it all in 2 meals or one meal. A lot of people fast and
Yeah.
they find that works for menopause women. But for me, I have to fuel my body to go to the gym in the morning because I am going before work, first of all. So my coach wanted me to do fasted cardio and then do my lifting after. And I said, if I do fasted and I lift after, I'm gonna have no energy. I said to her, I need to be able to make sure I still can have my overnight oats because that's what I make every night is I make
Right.
overnight oats and I make it with protein powder and apples and just cut it up and mix it and put cinnamon on it. It's really good. And I can't go fasted because I know when I've done that before, I've almost passed out.
Yeah, I have passed out. It's not healthy. At least in my opinion, there's a lot of people that love fasting and can do it religiously and no problem. For me, I just get overly hungry and I get faint.
Yeah.
It
And I
throws me
was worried I wasn't
off.
gonna be able to push the weight that I needed to in order
Mhm.
to, keep the muscle mass on my frame as I'm leaning out. That was the whole goal of keeping those two peptides in place
Right.
is to see how my body composition was different from the last show. I still haven't got my stage photos. I'm still waiting for NPC to post them. I looked yesterday. I was getting a little frustrated now. It's been over a month
Like,
and I'm
I
like,
want photos.
yeah, where are they? Why aren't they posted? Because I have to send those to the judge. The head
Oh,
judge, I actually emailed him right after the show, shortly after, and asked for some feedback because I need to know what I need to work on for next season. So I'm growing in the right areas and I'm developing
sure.
in the right areas. And his email basically to give you honest feedback, I really would like some pictures. I need the photos in order to do that. So I'm still like waiting. So it's
Yeah,
frustrating sometimes. I didn't pay for the photographer because every time you do a show, everything adds up so quickly.
I can believe it.
Just to basically register for the show, it was about 100 and what was it? 100 and $200, $300, something like that. It's 145 a category, I think it was, or whatever. So it's a lot. Plus, then you have to get your NPC card at the beginning of the year, which I didn't do because I wasn't sure I was going to compete this year. So that was $150. And then the makeup, the tan, the hair,
My
all that stuff. I did
gosh.
my own hair thanks to you. I did
Oh,
use the
good.
tool.
Yay.
And my hairdresser had done my hair like Wednesday and the show was on Saturday. So I just used the tool in the morning just to curl a couple pieces in the front and a little bit in the back just to get some volume in my hair. It didn't look so flat on stage. And everything adds up. So I started cutting corners. So I just, over the years of doing this, I've learned like what I can do myself and what I need to farm out. I'm not a good makeup artist, so I need somebody to do my makeup. I did my own tan this year for the first time, and it was an interesting experience, but I will do it again because I basically had my daughter help me, but I had to do multiple days and do the front and back and then layers and all that stuff, but it turned out so good. I was so happy. I didn't have any streakage because every time I've gotten spray tan, my tan doesn't adhere to my body very well, and then I get this splotchiness or
Yeah.
whatever. And I exfoliated a lot this season too, so maybe that made a difference. But yeah, so
Well,
I've learned.
I'm just so proud of you. I'm proud of
Thank you.
that journey that you stuck with it, that you're still doing it, that you're looking forward to doing more. And I hope that you'll come back frequently and give us updates and let us know how it's going. It's very inspiring.
Yes, it's just something I started for as a dare, and it turned into this, which who would have ever
Amazing.
thought? I'm looking up and I've got all my trophies on the desktop over here, and I'm just like looking up at that because it's just a daily reminder of how far I've come.
Absolutely. And the friend that originally dared you, she must be incredibly proud.
Yes, she is. She is.
I
We
mean,
talk every day.
you
So
changed your
yeah,
life. That's amazing.
yeah, yeah. And it was just something for us to do it together. And then that year that I did do it, she didn't do it, but we all were there together. So that was the most important thing.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. Thank you for continuing to inspire, for helping ladies. And I'm going to leave your contact information in the show notes. So, y'all, if you want to get in touch with Jennifer, please let her know that you heard her on the podcast. And she's going to be starting her own podcast. And when she does, I will share all that information as well.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.